Okay, I'm getting another prompt to channel Isis. I have no idea what she's going to be talking about today. In fact, the last channeling that I did, when I left after doing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way that's going out or posting it. And then something happened and turn of events. And I actually heard from a friend one of the phrases she had said that just sparked my memory, because when I channel, I don't really remember what's said. I just have a feeling about it once I'm done. And sometimes some of the channelings are like, oh, I don't think the world's ready to hear this or whatever. But anyways, and so that sparked a sentence that I had remembered having come through me. And then I went and re-listened to it, and it was not only fabulous, I've been listening to it, and it's been very, very instrumental in keeping me in that centered place. So I can trust, but it is every single time it's a new message. So may you enjoy this as much as I know that I will, even though I have no idea what's going to be coming out through her into my mouth. So anyways, here we go. Hi, it is I, Isis. Glad you could join me, especially you, Suzanne. I wasn't sure you were going to allow me to channel through you today, but I am pleased that you are allowing me this opportunity, because today I actually want to talk about owning your power. It is a phrase that I am very fond of. In fact, I have been saying this throughout the years, and Suzanne has been repeating it for me. But do you really know what it means to own your power? And that is the discussion for today. Power has been misconstrued from a human standpoint to be a push and a shove and a force and a control. And this is not the case. True power emanates from the soul. And when people witness it, unless they have their own true power, they can misunderstand what is going on. But when you can feel goodness in your soul, you will know which power is turned on. And from where I am, there is only one true power. And that is what I am insisting that earthlings come back to owning again. Because when you own this power, there is no need for any power over anyone else. In fact, it is the opposite. You love yourself so completely and feel so powerful that there is no need for one other person to be in agreement with, for you to feel that power for yourself. When you own your power, you have the whole world at your feet. But it is not from a sense of enslavement. No, it is a sense of equality that you feel towards everyone else. In fact, you feel very blessed that you are in other people's presence. You feel very blessed of owning your own power, and because you are sure of yourself, you then have eyes and ears and feelers especially to notice what is godly in them. What you are able to witness is their power from source. And when you recognize this in your own self, you activate it in somebody else. And when you do, your conversations are different. Your collaborations are heavenly. Your time, as you would call it, together adds unto itself just like heaven does for everyone. That's how the earth is created. That's how heaven on earth becomes. It's through owning your own personal power. So let us understand what this actually entails. The more clear you feel about yourself in a place of love, the more natural that feels to you, that you will always receive love. the more open you become to claiming the world as yours, the more easy it feels to connect to other humans, other places, other events, and even plan for your what you would call future. These are just creations creating. Owning your power comes from a place of recognition. It is not a place of accomplishment because it doesn't know not being accomplished. It only knows itself as the all. This all, though, is loving. This all is encompassing. This all is very harmonious within its own self first, and from that will gather unto itself like feeling individuals. Owning your power gives you the ability to create at will. Whose will? Yours. Yours. And this is the thing, is when you go from a place of owning your own power, what connects to others is such a different conversation. You no longer are asking them for their will so that you can have your will. You instead are coming from a place of pure confidence, of knowing yourself fully as that divine being. And then what happens is your heart is not only open for yourself, it's open to your world. And this is the thing that you have to show yourself, that loving yourself and loving gives you a vast landscape of loving situations. And what will happen is, because you've been taught that love is painful, or love means you give up something of yourself, or whatever it is that you've been taught by those before you, it doesn't matter, because when you come into owning your own power, you decide, you choose, you create what's coming next, what is creating into your space. And that includes your brothers and sisters. That includes all of us. So how do you go about doing this when you've been understanding that it's a back and forth action and you have to give before you receive? There is no giving. When you receive from heaven, it naturally shares with the world, but there is no feeling of giving it away. There is this feeling of including more, but there is this simple understanding of true power throughout this whole process that allows your heart to feel like it's singing. It's happy. It's joyful. And it feels like bringing more into the joy of it. And it does. So you ask, how do you stay in this place as you go around to others that might not be in a joyful space? Guess what? One person owning their power owns the room. Instead of looking at needing to adjust yourself from your own joy, from that feeling of love, from that feeling of peace, from that feeling of knowing how powerful you are, let that power talk to their higher self. Let that power emanate from that lovely place, not in words, not even necessarily in physical closeness, but in vibration. Allow yourself to be in whatever circumstance you find yourself in, going into your own heart and feeling the power of oneness with you in heaven. And then you get to choose. You will be in that place of not only choosing for yourself, but you will notice that what comes back to you will be loving as well. That's how gods live on earth. That's how good lives on earth. You have so many weird understandings of gods being dictators or over others and making them do things against the will. That's never the case when you come from love. So as you own your power, you will have no desire whatsoever to go outside of that. And that would include what you have seen, others trying to control others. It is all coming from a place of insecurity, of non-confidence, of disconnection of themselves feeling their own power. And yet, if you're witnessing this and you're feeling this in their powerlessness as yours, your connection is to be enhanced as owning your own power, and that is it. You will find that your landscape changes right before your very eyes. Conversations will be different. People will show up differently for you, and there is no convincing that you need to do with one other person. It is just an ownership of your own personal power that is needed at all times and with all people. And what happens is you'll start enjoying their goodness, and they will start enjoying their goodness. And it is contagious. Owning your own power is the most radiant thing. And you will find that all are lit up around you. You will find yourself more blessed than you even thought you could be with all the friendships, all the events, all the possessions, all the things that earth has to provide for you. But most importantly, you will find the surety of knowing where it emanates from, so that you have it at all times and in all situations and with all people. That is it for now. Except throughout your day, own your power and realize how lovely that is to be you.